One of the most frustrating things about trying to date in Chicago is you go on the apps, you swipe, you say no, 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 because no. And then you go outside and you walk down Wells and you're like, oh my God, there's so many cuties, but like, where are you? Where are you? Ugh.
What is your best feature?
So I think my eyes.
What would you say her best feature is?
Her hair? I like blondes.
What would you say your best feature is?
My eyes. They switch colors.
What would you say his best feature is?
He ain't really my type. I like his bang, I guess.
What's your best feature?
My lips and my thighs and my...
What is her best feature?
Christ, that yellow bandana. That's the only thing going on. All the construction that's happening around this resort, all these cracked walls, here's your reason why.
Bring back yearning. Bring back yearning.
Okay, and men will bring that back as soon as a lot of you bring them something to yearn for.
Do you have money? Do you have money? Why? Do you need to eat?
Excuse me?
What? What's up?
No, I wanted to ask you something. I wanted to ask you, where did you get it? I wanted to ask you, where did you get it? Smile.
My smile?
Yeah. Beautiful. What's your number? I'll take you out.
Repeat. Amor, do you have money?
Of course.
Do you? How much money? Do you have $10,000?
Of course, I have much
10K.
more. Much more.
Much more than take it.
Yeah.
I don't believe you. Bye.
Problem is that men don't yearn and men just put in no effort. That's the issue. Most women have never experienced the rose petals and the candles. Most women have never came home to a dress laying on the bed that their man bought them saying, wear this tonight, be ready by 6, I made dinner reservations. Most men have never taken their woman out on a picnic or so much as written a love note or a poem. There's no yearning. There's no effort. Single.
That's because y'all don't appreciate it. A lot of men did all these things, and the absolute lack of appreciation for it was mind-blowing. The fact that even though they did it, it wasn't good enough. It wasn't top-notch enough. Oh. That's it. That's all it comes down to. You know, they weren't appreciated. Men are like dogs. You reward good behavior, you get good behavior. You reward bad behavior, you get bad behavior. That's it. That's it. A lot of men learn. They were shown lack of appreciation. Nothing was good enough. You're supposed to be entitled to it. All right. But then men were also shown that, hey, you don't do those things, you get rewarded. Right? This is no dig at y'all, ladies. This is no dig, because here's the thing. Y'all all understand this. Y'all all understand this. How many of y'all have been with a man who you did everything for, were doing all the stuff for, and he didn't show you appreciation? Now y'all are like, God, I'll never do that again. Just saying. Same thing, man. Men and women are very, very similar in a lot of ways. And, yeah, y'all already know the answer, but go ahead.
What's going on, fellas? Don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel. Leave a comment down below. Let's get back to the video.
1, here comes the 2 to the 3 to the 4. Tell them bring another round, we need plenty more. 2 stepping on the table, she don't need a dance floor. Oh my, good Lord. Someone pour me up a double shot of whiskey.
To all the act like y'all so confused in the comment section, yo ho running laps around you. Fast as she can. She got a for everything you don't do. Y'all niggas really make me sick acting stupid. What the else you think she finna do with that tablet? Talk to her other dummies? Some of y'all be deserving this that be happening to y'all because y'all be too stupid. Y'all be too stupid. And for the that keep playing these dirty games, when that catch up with you and he swanton bomb yo, oh well, bitch, don't call nobody, deal with that.
The amount of attractive women versus the amount of attractive men per capita is embarrassing. How is it that everywhere I go, I'm seeing women who are dry gorgeous, and if they're not dry gorgeous, they're at least beautiful, and if they're not naturally beautiful, they're at least put together. And everywhere I go, there's dusties. Oh my God, you can't even go anywhere without being visually by a dusty.
I had a homegirl the other day ask me, like, where do all the single men be hanging out at? And I'll tell her, like, I don't know, but I had to think about, like, well, I'm single. So I was like, man, well, here's the where I hang out at. I'm at the gym. I'm at the run clubs. One of the other parts where I'm at Home Depot. I'm building something. I don't know, like, this is where I'm at. So if you want to fake build something or fake be involved or something and you want to find a dude or something, you probably at a couple of those places. I can't speak for everybody else. I can really only speak for myself. But I'm not going to lie. If I seen a female in Home Depot, I would think she was with somebody, though. Like, because it's like the perception, oh, you building something too? Huh? But I don't know, though.
If you think manifestation doesn't work, these might be the 3 mistakes that you're making. First, you keep focusing on what you don't have. I want love, but I'm always alone. Your mind hears the lack, not the wish. Second, you expect the universe to do everything. Manifestation still needs action. You can't wait for a new job and never update your resume. Third, you get obsessed about when it will happen. You keep checking, doubting, and comparing. That constant pressure actually blocks the process. Manifesting isn't magic. It's clarity, belief, and aligned action.
I don't know why. Every Valentine's Day, Lips has got a million events. So I'm usually here like watching either people in love or watching people look for love. Like on Valentine's Day, we had a speed dating event here. And
how are those usually?
It's just always nothing but women. I don't know where the fellas be at.
Single women out there on. Yo.
Yeah, like
it's because all that Beyonce brothers is going back. Yeah, I don't know if the brothers.
I'm like, it was to the point where they had to keep like everyone was looking for the guys. I was in here like,
that's a fact.
I don't know where the guys at. Like, you know what I mean? It's just like, I don't know if it's something about speed dating where guys are nervous, scared. I don't know if they want to meet them in a less more like, you know, organized sense, you know, I don't know, but every time we have a speed dating event, and there's no one there, and it was Valentine's Day.
Yeah, can I say something real quick? All you dudes will be like, yo, G, how come you don't call me for the events when the chicks here? We had a whole speed date. I posted it, everything. Nobody shows up.
I'm a traditional woman, so a man needs to pay my bills. Are you gonna cook for him? What am I, his mother? Do you want to be a stay-at-home mom? Does my body look like a breeding factory for men? Oh my God, can you cook? I'm gonna marry a man that's self-sufficient and doesn't need me to do those things.
You want a man that's gonna let you stay home and just pay all your bills, right?
Yeah, that's a man's job, to provide.
Okay, so what exactly makes you traditional? Like, it just sounds like you're kind of just wanting your bills paid and a free ride.
I find that extremely misogynistic and offensive.
All day, every day, therapist, mother maid,
where are all the men, like the good, real men at?
Ladies, listen closely because I'm about to tell you exactly where all the good men went. Are you ready? You ready? Here it comes. They left you alone like you asked.
Leave women alone.
I honestly just want our guys to just leave me alone.
Leave women alone.
The only reason you could be excused for not understanding where the good men went is because of the fact that you don't often hear what every man hears on a daily basis, on every platform, in public, wherever he goes. But the thing is, that's just pure ignorance because it's not like it's out there. You could easily find it, or get this, you could listen to one of us MRAs who are telling you that it's happening, and then maybe you'd start to understand. The good men saw every single one of you posting a ridiculous laundry list of what is considered to be the bare minimum, while they only ask for a few very simple things. Someone who loves them, someone who cares about them, and somebody who will bring them peace. That's all we ask, and when we realise that we're not even going to get that after we have spent most of our lives dedicating ourselves to this ridiculous laundry list that you've got, we still end up getting divorced or left. I'm not even going to cover what happens when a guy's left or divorced because the laundry list of shit that he has to go through when that happens is just too big for one video. We're avoiding you because A, your standards are near perfection, and B, we suffer consequences for even trying to be in a relationship with you, let alone the consequences that come after having a relationship with you.
You know, you ever notice how with modern women it's never their fault? It's always the man that she picked. It's always so sidey. It's always anything and everything out there. It's always something else external. That's the problem. But at what point in time do you look at yourself and say, maybe it's me this time? At what point in time do you look at yourself and say, maybe I'm the problem? Because if every relationship that has failed, and you was in the relationship, you can't see the common denominator. I mean, come on now. Do the math. Stop all that playing.
If you're a 10 in looks, do you still have to bring more to the table?
Initially, no, but for sustainability, yes. Relationships don't last unless you have the things that matter. And we've talked about this before. Most beautiful women are lazy. Most beautiful women don't take the time to get educated. Like, when was the last time you read a book? When was the last time you prayed? And so don't be the people that get suckered into and played into not developing yourself just because you have a pretty face. So pretty privilege is definitely a real thing, but there's also ugly discrimination.
Boy, this post had me so I had to make this post before I walked Jackson, my dog. Listen, man refuses to walk his friend back to her dorm when she felt unsafe because she rejected him once. Let me tell you something, ladies. Men are not your friends because they want to be your friend. They're your friend because they like you. They're attracted to you. They want your cheeks. They want to have intercourse, have a relationship with you, maybe marry you, have several kids, build a life together. Women don't owe men their bodies. Men don't owe women protection. So now you friend zone me, but you still want me to protect you by walking you home. Let's say something did happen. Someone jumps out of the bushes, attacks us. I give my life for you. I'm giving my life for a person that don't even want to give me no cheeks, that don't even want to consider dating me. I think not. I got a mom to get home to. I got a daughter to get home to. I got a family to get home to. And my wife, who's out there somewhere, is waiting on me to find her, since you don't want to be that. Let me tell you guys something. There ain't no such thing as no nice guy syndrome. Men don't do things for free. Ain't how they built, never been how they built. Men do not do things out of the goodness of their heart. Men do things because they want you, ladies. So if you're not interested in the guy, don't take any of his protection, his money, his provision, nothing. She don't owe him a relationship or her body, and he don't owe her protection or provision. Stop with the double standard. This is foolishness, and you guys gotta stop. And shame on her for making a video trying to guilt him into doing something that he doesn't feel comfortable doing, because you're doing the exact same thing that you're accusing him of.
Can't get her out of my mind. Wow. Think about the girl all the time. Wow. I like the way you work it. No diggity. I got the bag.
Those ladies in this situation are doing everything right. Like, that is adorable for them to have that sense of humor and to put those fake glasses on. Now, everyone is in the comments of this video really bashing the guys because they didn't really have any reaction, like didn't even crack a smile. And I usually always, you guys know, I'm in your corner. There's two reasons why these guys may have had that reaction. Number one, they're taken, so they shouldn't find any other woman funny. Or two, they did have a reaction. They were just in shock and they didn't show it within the first 2 seconds. I find it very hard to believe that one of these situations was not occurring, because I think that most men would find this to be adorable. Am I right, guys?
Dating apps are trash. I am done swiping. Oh my God. Men, where are you? Single men, the good ones, where the are you hiding? Don't you dare say the gym, because that just seems so awkward to me. Like, okay, I'm anxious, I'm here, I'm walking. Guy says, hi. I say, hi. Conversation ends. Do I need to go to Home Depot? Well, what's gonna happen at Home Depot? Don't keep the conversation going. I'm shy. Then let's add in the fact that I like the kinky ones, the freaky ones, them boys. While you go to an event, they're all couples. They're all married. They got like 3-4 partners. Do I want to join your little polycule? Nah. Not right now. I need a break. I want to be the one right now. You can do the host. But anyways, the whole point of this was where men, single men that are a little freaky. Where are you? Where are you hiding? Oh, I don't know. I'm just gonna be here on my blue couch forever, alone.
Yeah, so if you're gonna participate in this women in male fields trend, make sure you're not naming that women do literally every single day, such as and other forms of abuse. Oh, and cheating. Because if all men are cheaters, then how come most of the fathers on Maury, like, we're not the father? Please explain that to me. I saw one today that really got to me, which was when I see my girlfriend, their boyfriends, but I don't say anything because girls must stick together. # women in male fields. That one pissed me off. Because, like, don't we do that all the time? And the biggest reason we get away with it is because society doesn't see women doing a heinous crime as bad as if a man were to do it. And evidence of this is in the court system. If a woman and a man commit the exact same crime, a guy will go to jail 3 times longer than the woman. All this trend does is seeks to make a mockery of equality, and it's annoying. Women can do anything a man can do except be huh?
If you got a good man in your life, keep him. Try to work through it. If you and your baby father are together and he takes care of you and does things for you, it's better to keep him because I'm going to give you free game from a man. All that comes after that is men that are just going to use you to sleep with you. Some of you say, no, they're going to take you on vacation. They're going to buy you some bags. Every man has a limit and to a cap into what he's going to spend until he gets bored and finds the next one. As a single man, it's easy to know if I go after the single moms what I could do. I could put a $5,000 cap and make that stretch over 6-7 months and use it. And once that money's reached, I'm going to see how long I can hang out with her and not have to do nothing until she realizes I'm done. If a man has more money, the cap goes up. They're only going to do for you until they get bored because now they're not really looking for marriage. They're just looking for somebody to consistently sleep with, and that's all. Men with money are players just like every other man. You just got to know what you're playing with. Moral of the story is if you have a good man, keep him because men out here are not doing all of that. Dating a woman that came out of a relationship, if her bills are $6,000, that's what it costs you to get her.
If your husband is a good guy, but you're ready for divorce, you're not a bad person. So don't let guilt get the best of you.
This is the problem. Most women think and believe that the grass is greener on the other side. They really think they'll always be able to find a better man to replace the man they're with. But as the wall closes in, the majority of them won't even be able to find another man. So they end up facing disappointment and regrets. Not only that, the type of man they were able to attract before they had kids will not be the same type of man they can attract after divorce and after having kids. And that's the reality that they face when they get back out there. So as a result, they regret the decision they made and they regret leaving their husband.
She did it to herself.
Well, isn't that an interesting question? So since some men have difficulty controlling where their eyes go, they shouldn't be in charge of countries? But I find that to be very interesting. Again, we have another individual blaming all men for the actions of some and insinuating that that makes them unqualified to lead. Well, if we're going to be on that note and being that petty, well, we could also say that there's a lot of women that can't control not only their emotions, but their opinions that come out of their mouth, and they put some of the most interesting things out there on social media for everyone to see. And honestly, that doesn't make a lot of women look good. So if we are going to judge all women just by the same standards that we judge men on the actions of some, then why exactly would some women be advocating that they're even remotely capable of leading?
What a lot of these modern women don't realize is that the dating market corrected itself. A lot of these modern women for years kept on pumping the dating market with stupidity, trying to inflate their value. Got simps out here gassing you up. Got men out here gassing you up. DMs had you thinking you was a 10. DMs had you thinking, oh man, I'm the best out there. Until the market corrected. Until men stopped simping. Until men started getting standards. And now a lot of these modern women are realizing for the first time in their life what their real market value is. And it's not good. But somebody somewhere done told you that already, but you just didn't listen. Hey, you're not gonna look like this. You're not gonna be like this forever. Why don't you find a good man, a nice man to settle down with? You don't have that much time.
I'm going there tonight because I'm tired of hearing some of you little boys get mad that women want men to spend money. Yeah, stupid. A woman has between the years of roughly 18 and 25 to make a lifelong decision. And some of you guys will talk about, man, I need to be with her for 2 years. So let me get this right. You're supposed to be all these high value, this and that, and then you want to waste a woman's time for 2 years. That's dumb. Just say you don't want to be married or you don't want to commit. All right, cool. But high value men, the men I'm talking about, it's a very narrow conversation where most of you don't fit. Okay, women are supposed to want your resources. They're supposed to be the beautiful ones. You're supposed to be the builder. So, good deal. Good deal. They're supposed to want your resources. That's why you got it. And that's why generous men who are the bag, bold, ambitious, and generous, get access to the premium pool. Some guys are gonna come in, well, I can have access to beautiful women. Yeah, but they don't stay around. They don't stay around. Women don't stay around men who are not generous, who got all this stuff but ain't spending. That's some feminine energy too.
Yeah, I don't give a call it what y'all want to call it. But a man who cannot settle down with one woman and has to continuously sleep with multiple women is gay. A woman is not what he wants. That's why he go through so many. He still to this day is not satisfied with just a woman.
Oh, Sonia, hear me out. You saying because a man sleeps with a woman, he want to sleep with a man. And because he wants to sleep with more women, that he really want to sleep with a man. Because the fact that he sleeps with women makes him want to sleep with a man. So if he sleeps with a man, does that mean he want to... How you explain them apples, baby? So, because he don't want to just date you, he gotta be... Or because he wants to exercise his options, he gotta be fruity. Yeah, this is stupid as shit. Hey, this is an all-time high for stupid Instagram, social media posts right here. Yeah. You got to give her the award. Tell her what.
She's saying this is how men show that they like a woman. Men heard us loud and clear when we yelled from the rooftops, "We don't want to be approached anymore. Don't come up and talk to me in public." A lot of men who do that, either they don't actually like you, they just happen to like your post. That's all it meant nothing more. Or he's doing his best to respect your boundaries and be careful. I know a lot of men are overly cautious now, and rightfully so, because they don't want to be accused of harassing you or making you feel uncomfortable. Men genuinely don't want women to feel uncomfortable. And this is why, in general, a lot of men just don't even approach anymore, because it's not worth the risk. This is why women should just approach men now. Because expecting men to find a way to do it without making us angry is like impossible. And I know the video was a joke. I just really don't think that it's that funny. Because we asked men to not approach us, and now they're not approaching us, and now we're making fun of them for the few ways they are trying to respect our boundaries. I just don't understand it.
Do you think marriage is valuable?
I think there are a lot of men that do want to get married, but I think the question is, do men with options want to get married? Men who are financially successful want to get married? I think that's the real question. A lot of times they view it as more of a business transaction. When you grow together, I think that's a whole different story. But if you're already successful, they're looking at, how do I protect this? Is this person in it for me? But I tell my wife this all the time. I say, if in another lifetime I was rich and successful and I had to find somebody, I think I would play a character of someone who didn't have much. Honestly, not even put my wealth out there to see if I could get a real connection with someone.
Well, and we as women naturally feel safer when you have monetary provision, as well as other provision. Like, we're not just saying money is enough, but money is important. I think that men get really upset about monetary success because they feel so judged by it, but it's the same way how a woman is judged by her beauty. And we could judge till we're arguing, we could argue till we're blue in the face. The truth is, those are, for most, the measuring stick. For men, men want an aesthetic. They want a beautiful woman. For women, women want safety and security, and that involves monetary provision.
The second I get in this car, my husband's going to look at me and say, "What's wrong with you?" And I'm going to say nothing. But what I'd really like to say is, I'm so glad that you can get yourself dressed and get yourself out in the car and ready to go, while I get every single one of us ready to go, dressed, packed up, fed, and get everything loaded up in the car while watching the kids. But no, I'm good.
Say it. That's how you feel. Say it. Or you know what? Next time, ask him to do some of those things for you so you can get yourself ready and you can get your kids ready, or whatever it is that he can do to help. Now you're building resentment against this man when he has no idea that you needed help. Sometimes if you jump on something, a man will see that and be like, okay, she's got it. She's good. She doesn't need my help. Especially if you're the type of woman that handles things really well, and on the outside you look like you're the boss, you've got it. Yeah, a man's gonna give you the space to get it done. So if you need help, you need to speak up. We refuse help, we overextend ourselves, and then we weaponize that exhaustion that we have and use it against him. And now he's the bad guy when he had no idea that you needed his help. He's not a mind reader.
How many times do I get women on my show that they like what they do, their career is somewhat fulfilling, but as soon as they get married and I ask, do you want to have to work to pay significant bills after you're pregnant with the first child? Almost 100% of women say no. Understand something. What the men are saying at this point is, then why the hell are you going to college, to these expensive schools, racking up all this student loan debt to do a job or a career that you want to quit when you get married and get pregnant? You know how many men I know who have turned women down because they are economically unattractive? Ladies, hear me and hear me well. Your godfather needs to tell you the truth. Men are running credit reports and men are looking at your student loan debt. You ladies, in order to make this work, you're going to have to quit and go work for your man part-time, but you're going to have to find a way to retire or clear your student loan debt. That's a conversation between you and your man.
And you have a lot of guys out here that wanted to and are doing the right thing. The average everyday man who is out here doing the right thing. And unfortunately, a lot of these modern women want to sit up there and once again clown a man for wanting to do the right thing because they're toxic. They want to stay out there in the club till 3, 4, 5 o'clock in the morning, knowing they got to go to work the next day, knowing they got to go help somebody out the next day. They have things to do the next day. But a lot of modern women are shirking their responsibilities. While this dude right here, this good guy right here is getting up saying, I got a DIY project. I got to make sure that's done. Or I got to go here across town. I got to work on my business. And I got to get up and go to the gym. Man, I got to get up and meet my boys, man. We're going to go out for lunch or something like that. Hang out for a few hours, head back to the house, build those real connections. But you're not doing that. You out here wasting your life away, drinking your life away, gaining weight for no good reason, just living an all-around unhealthy lifestyle. And eventually at some point in time, you're going to crash and burn. And when you crash and burn and you got 2 or 3 kids, you're going to be trying to come up to him and make him talk to you.
Are you missing that toxic, horrible relationship you were in? Stop feeling ashamed about it. A lot of people will invalidate your experience. Oh, be glad you're out. It's over with. Get over it. It was toxic anyways. You know it was wrong for you, or whatever excuse they come up with. You have a right to grieve relationships that didn't work out for you, that were toxic, that were bad, and that's okay. Sometimes we're grieving the good moments in that relationship. Yes, there were a lot of bad ones too. Oftentimes, every relationship comes with some good memories in them. And maybe that's the person that you thought you were with the whole time. Maybe you were convinced things were gonna get better. You're probably partially grieving the person that you hoped that person would become, and the future that you thought you were building with that person. And a lot of toxic relationships work just like an addiction, and that can be hard to break. That's why you see some people, they constantly break up and get back together. They do this for years before they eventually break up and they don't get back together. Because sometimes that cycle of constant highs and lows gets you stuck. So I'm giving you that permission. It's okay to be sad. It's okay to be upset. And that doesn't make you weak. And you can't really heal unless you grieve that. So go ahead and feel. And as a man, you're probably gonna have to do it privately or something, but do what you can. And if you have some great friends you can lean on, do that. And if you need more help with this, there's a link somewhere in my profile.
You're a woman that was with a man for 6 or 7 years, and you gave him the highest honor a woman can give any man on the planet. You gave him children. You gave him not only 1, you gave him 2. And yet you did not require him to even bestow the title of a wife upon you. So you go back out into the market, older, with 2 children, and you expect someone in that market to accept you older and bestow the title of wife upon you? That's how men look at it. Right, wrong, or indifferent. And then being in LA, one of the most competitive markets for women in the world. Competition is stiff out there. You want men not to be men. You want men to think like women. That's not what we value, ma'am. We want a beautiful woman on our arm.
Yeah, that's the problem.
Well, no, you're the problem.
I'm the problem.
Yes, you're the problem because I'm telling you what men want. You've experienced what men want and you got a problem with it. That's your problem. We're not going to change. You're either going to get on board with it or you will be alone.
I just had 5 grown men walk by, able-bodied men walk by as I struggle and help this poor mother with 3 children carry her stroller down the stairs. They just looked and kept walking. I'm literally like dropping my umbrella and everything. They just keep on walking.
Exactly 3 videos before this one was a news story about how a man that was a security guard was by a sidewalk by a bus station. That security guard saved a woman's life that was not paying attention. She was looking at her phone and about to cross the street right in front of a bus. In the video, you see this man reach out and grab her back with one hand onto the sidewalk, and then he uses his other hand to help keep her standing, but she ends up kind of crashing down to the floor anyways. This woman ended up pressing charges on this man for grabbing her the way that he did. And what was honestly up for debate, according to this woman and some people that were supporting her, was that that man should have asked for consent, that he shouldn't have touched her. So yeah, that's why. That's why a man is not going to handle your bags, and especially anything to do with a child, even if the child is not in the stroller. He doesn't want anything that could come back and fall back on him. It's women screaming for equality and trying to get men in trouble for basically just doing the things that they've always wanted to do. Genuinely, that's the problem.
When you first heard me say, when I'm in a relationship, I don't pay a bill, did you ever feel like, oh, she's a gold digger? Be honest.
No, I didn't. Really? Okay, so check this out. I feel like when you say that, you just know your worth. You know the type of standards you set. And I've never heard you say, in order to date me or in order for me to take you serious, you have to pay all my bills. I've never heard you say that. I just heard you say, when I'm in a serious relationship, I don't pay bills. Like, so what I hear is the man has taken over the bills for whatever reason. Like, he wants to, which I feel like, oh man, when you get to that point and you have a woman that's yours and you know she's yours, then you want to provide for her. So it's not like you're demanding that. It's just what comes natural when you're dealing with a woman like you. So it's not a gold digger, you know, that's crazy.
Have you ever experienced a gold digger or someone that's asked you for money after really not even knowing you?
Definitely, all the time, especially in Atlanta. Like 30 minutes into knowing somebody, they'll ask you to pay their bills.
Dang.
2 days after, like, oh, I need rent, or I'm in a jam, and I'm like, so that's common. Like, that's why this question always comes up. It always comes up. Like, women target guys to get their bills paid. Like, that's pretty common.
Go ahead.
I wanted to ask if you think being a provider gives you more power in the relationship or more responsibility per se.
Well,
The most delusional, toxic relationships that you can ever have is with a woman who has a best friend relationship with her mother. And I'm not talking about women and daughters not having relationships at all, but I'm talking about where the daughter is obsessed and hyper fixated on the relationship with her mother to the point where she never grew up. These are the types of women that are absolutely narcissistic because their mothers are covert narcissists, and these traits have been passed down in generations. They're entitled, they're selfish, they don't know how to take criticism or feedback. They're the types of women that say, I don't need a man, and they're leaders of the house while simultaneously putting down their partners for not providing enough. This is also because their mothers have taught them that they can do no wrong and everyone around them is the problem. They're the same women that have their grandparents raising their children. These men get in these relationships with these women thinking, oh, this is so cute. They have such a good relationship and they're so healthy. But really, it's the sense of control. It's the sense that they don't need a man, that they're superior to the people around them. These mothers enable their daughters to be selfish, entitled, rude. They don't know how to co-parent. So if you have children with them, you will never, ever co-parent. You'll be parallel parenting the entire time. They don't know how to have any constructive conversation about your children because they don't need you because they have their mommy, and they make all of their decisions and their influence based on how their mother feels. These types of women are the types that you need to run far, far away from, because even on your best day, you're still going to be looked at as less than because the mommy in the situation is pulling the strings. Okay, bye.
This is the circle of insanity, and it's why I study consciousness. More consciousness can make your life less insane. Let's call this the circle of unconsciousness. I was named in this video.
HOMAth is very good at creating diagrams.
Yes, thank you. So I thought I would expand on it. Here's a summary.
So in the beginning, girl cheats on their last guy. We don't know about that part. This is where we meet. We start dating. Things seem to be going great. We get engaged. And then we get to bingo, we're married. Still really no signs of any problems, except we didn't pay attention to anything in the beginning. We didn't see that she cheated on her guy. We didn't see that she was talking poorly about her ex. We get to the point where we have the baby. That will lead to a lack of intimacy. We start questioning things, and then the big thing pops up. There has to be more to life than being a wife and a mother. She needs more girls trips. She needs to get a new job, career. We do everything we can to support her. Then she just cheats on you. I shouldn't say always, but it works a lot. And then she starts the cycle all back over again.
And that's why the divorce rate is so high, because people are only thinking about the parts of the relationship that they are currently in. I would put that style of relationship right here. He was assuming the relationship would last, and she was only thinking about her feelings in the moment. If they were both at this level, you would get the make-up-breakup cycle, where they're together when they're happy, and when they're not, they break up. I'm going to be making a much longer video with much nicer drawings about levels so that we don't all end up like this. Basically, the higher up you go, the more you're able to see around these corners, and I'll even show you how to get started. Imagine being in control of your life. Wouldn't that be nice? We could turn this into like a straight line or like a soap bubble that you can see through. It doesn't have to be insane. That's why I crossed it out. We should also call this a squircle.
Can someone tell me why dating in your 30s is so bad?
It's because you're in your 30s, love. You haven't got it anymore. It's not getting better. This is a map of just your overall value to other people in the dating market. The girl value starts off pretty high at 18, peaks at 22. That's the age that men of all ages prefer, is 22. And it just goes down pretty quick on the way to 30 and 40, and then stays low. You'll notice that there are three colors here. The men get 3 lines. We have privileges. This is for male physical attractiveness. Not a lot of women are really into 18-year-old boys. Some are, but most are not. So men peak in physical attractiveness at about age 27, and they start to decline too, just like women, but a couple years later. But also, women are interested in men for money, and men tend to accumulate money as they age, which gives men an extra boost. So this is their overall attractiveness. Like, this is when a guy is most physically attractive, and this is when he gets financially, like, probably at the top, around 40, somewhere around there, making him the most attractive as a dating partner, as someone to date, dating partner, at somewhere between 27 and the time that he gets as rich as he's gonna get. So you are 30, and you're on the dating market, and you're probably dating men who feel that they want to find somebody, in the same part of the market as them. It's just rough in grown-up land.
I bet you didn't know that Kurt Cobain was probably...
Say what now?
First off, Kurt wore a lot of women's clothing.
Wow, really? Now a person might consider to be based on the clothes that they occasionally wore. And on top of that, basically reducing women down to a stereotype, because only women wear dresses, right?
When asked about this, they replied that they wore dresses all the time because they felt comfortable and free.
And a lot of women wear pants because they find them comfortable. Is one next going to start telling women that they're actually because they wear clothing that is traditionally associated with men?
In an interview about their childhood, Kurt said that they mostly hung out around girls and that at one point they thought they might be.
Even if that were the case, it's almost as if being gender are two completely different things.
Many people who don't have the vocabulary yet to express their gender identity will describe what they're feeling as being. That's exactly what I did in middle school.
So that naturally must make it so for everyone else, right?
Kurt is also quoted as saying that they identify more with the feminine than with the masculine. This is clear proof that Kurt did not identify with the gender they were assigned at birth.
And this is actually evidence in how if a person is looking for something, hoping to prove their own narrative, they'll usually find it.
The most convincing evidence that Kurt was in an early version of Nirvana's All Apologies lyrics, where Kurt wrote, "Let me grow some." That is clear-cut gender dysphoria.
I'm sorry, where exactly did one get one's degree in psychology or in medicine?
Of course, Kurt will never be able to tell us themselves.
How very convenient.
But the evidence makes it pretty obvious they were. That might be why Kurt's no longer with us. Maybe Kurt knew that we weren't ready.
Or maybe one is just jumping on that bandwagon of trying to say that any individual, especially those who are not here to speak for themselves, that did not fit into normal stereotypical societal roles are. That seems to be more likely the case than anything else.
So, a lot of these modern women, they have men in their lives that will show up for them, that will do what he's supposed to be doing. He's not in the streets, he's not cheating, not into no nonsense. And these modern women will get up on TikTok with their whole chest and say, yeah, I left him. Well, he was too predictable. Or, he was kind of, there's not a lot of drama. He was too boring, right? And you kind of think about the type of, how stupid that sounds. You really left a man because you can predict that he was going to be successful. You can predict that he was going to be where he said he was going to be. He was going to do what he said he was going to do. That's how you know a lot of modern women aren't disciplined. Because, a lot of people who are successful, they do the same thing over and over again. They find a pattern and they continue doing that pattern over and over again. If you go into McDonald's is going to be selling burgers every day of the week. They might throw in a fish sandwich or a chicken sandwich or some chicken wraps to switch it up. But every day of the week, I'm going to be serving burgers because that's what got me to the empire that I am today. That's what's got me in Canada and Mexico and Asia and almost quite literally anywhere that you go. That's what's gotten me there. The Golden Arches, it's a trademark at this point. It's a symbol at this point. And I'm going to keep on doing it. But modern women would call that boring. They don't call the money boring though. Just a man. And I need to go find some excitement. Go ride a roller coaster. Go ride one of those mechanical bulls or something like that. I don't know, go bungee jumping or something. If you want excitement.